We're good. All right, hamster wheelers, welcome to Brighton. It's freezing here. Like, if you ever heard the phrase freeze the nuts off a brass monkey, look it up, because that's what it is today. And we're right in front of the lovely and very bizarrely shaped Brighton Pavillion, which is an awesome place to be. So hopefully I don't get kicked off for filming illicitly. Anyway, so this is like part 4 of the video blog series, or actually it's turned into a video blog series. It started writing, but it turned into a video blog because that seems to be a bit more fun and easier for it to produce. So I hope you like it, let us know. But this is part 4. We talked previously about, all right, how do you go about creating content? And we talked about how to get it in front of the people who are your audience, the people who are actually going to eventually purchase from you. But there's a little trick that we've got to go through now, and that is, how do we get people who are reading content to become people who are going to buy stuff from you? Because that's the end game, right? If they don't buy, what exactly is the point? And so that's called conversion process, okay? And what's the analogy here? Like, I think the way that you guys need to think about this is like a field of strawberries, okay? Or apples, or whatever your favorite fruit is. I don't care about that. What I care about is you understand that there are certain apples or strawberries that are going to be ripe and ready to eat at some point. Then the others, if you take a bite of them, you're going to like, that tastes disgusting because they're not ready to go, right? And that's what that's what digital marketing allows us to do, is to push content out, see how people interact with that content, and then do things subsequent to that based on their interaction. Okay, so let me give you an example. If you have a piece of content for puppy owners, all right, nobody's going to interact with or download or sign up for your email course unless they're getting a puppy. So what does that tell you? That's probably quite a high priority person. So what's your next action as a conversion action? Is to probably pick up the phone and call them up and go, did you enjoy our puppy course? Are you local? Do you want to come in? So you can engage with that person. They're probably ready for more of an action. If somebody signs up to your email list, though, then they're just checking you out, okay? It's like, so you're not going to hassle that person crazy. It's the equivalent, like if you wade in that moment to somebody who is not ready to have a conversation with you, it's the equivalent of like going on a date before someone even knew you're on a date, like just trying to kiss them straight away. That would be creepy and weird. So we don't want to do that with marketing either, right? So it's important that we have to define a couple of things with conversion, okay? What is your intended outcome for whatever interaction, whatever piece of content you're putting out there? If you're publishing a blog post, maybe your only intended outcome is that somebody reads the next blog post. Perfect, that's still a step in relationship building, so we'll take that. If you're publishing an ebook, maybe you want their email address back from that. Great, we've defined the output, awesome. Ultimately, our efforts in conversion are taking people from being a little bit interested, maybe aware of us, to being people who are like, holy shit, I need to buy something or get some product or service from this person or this business now. Okay, and that depends on their need, not on your need. All right, so you have to produce the kind of content they want to read, push it into the spaces they are so they're constantly being reminded about you, and also think about the kind of content you're going to use. So a blog post isn't likely to get you a lot of business. An ebook or an email course or something along those lines is far more likely to propel somebody from being someone who's interested in you to somebody who actually gets the stuff you're laying down and wants to become your customer. Okay, so we talked about content. Well, let's talk about a bit more in that nurture sequence. For me, the 3 outputs that you want to have from any conversion campaign, I'm going to say this quickly because my fingers are starting to freeze to the microphone. It's that goddamn cold today. For me, you want somebody to either pick up the phone, book an appointment, you want them to refer a friend to you, or you want them to leave you a nice review somewhere in the digital marketing world. Okay, they're the 3 things I'm always looking for in my conversion process. All right, so any piece of content, let's again look at what I'm doing with my social media, and you'll get the clues as to what you should be doing with yours. Okay, so let's take 3 pieces of content I might put out there. Let's say a blog post or a video blog post like this, all right? What's my expectation with this? Just that you get to know me a bit more, you get to see my personality, maybe you kind of like that and you think, I'll read some more of this guy's stuff, so I'll sign up to his email list. Awesome. What's the purpose with my email that I'm going to send out to you? Well, it's to highlight other products and services and to let you know when I produce more content so I can talk to you more, so I can deepen and build that relationship with you. When I push a podcast out, what's the purpose of a long-form podcast? Is it to sell you something? No, not yet. I want you to understand, well, get some brilliant content that you think is valuable, but also to start to understand the way my mind works, the way that might help your business. And eventually, if you're on my email list, at a certain point, you're going to interact with some bit of content I put out there. Maybe it's to buy a book. Maybe it's a course that I'm putting out there. I will push some content out to promote that. And if your need is right in that moment, if I have your attention, then you're more likely to buy that piece of content from me. Okay? That's how it works for your practice. Let's put it into the context of your practice. Let's say you're putting out, like a blog piece on your blog, or a video blog, or just a tweet on Instagram. You're posting something that just fragmentally in time gets somebody's attention. Awesome, brilliant. How do we capitalize on that? Well, we want to push them to give them an email address. So maybe we push a puppy email course, or maybe it's an ebook on how to avoid deadly parasites, or maybe it's just like a video series on goofy things kittens do in the practice, or like the Christmas video that your team made to engage your clients, okay? Something like that, just to get an email address, just to keep the interest going. And then finally, actually with a puppy email course, what do we really want them to do? We want them to sign up for our puppy school, or we want them to come in and purchase our puppy vaccine package from us, right? So ultimately, that's the direction you're trying to push people. And all the time, you're not selling, you give with a value. That's why the content's so important. It's give, build a relationship, build the trust, and then finally, when their need comes, when their strawberry ripens, that sounds super weird, but when that fruit's ready to be picked, then it's you that's going to get to eat it, right? That's the nurture process. So, bam, little bit of content, bam, little bit of content, bam, satisfy some form of need for them, and then when the moment's right, you just have to be there, which means you have to be producing content of quality in the right place continually and looking for those wins. Got it? That's conversion in a nutshell. See you next time.